going to be a few people who get a chance to speak. One of them's going to be Coach Belichick. Actually, two people. Three. The owner, Mr. Kraft, he's going to say something to us. Belichick's going to speak. And then Jim Whalen is going to speak. And Jim Whalen is our head trainer. And what Jim is going to get up there and say is, it's going to be hot. You guys haven't been wearing football pads. You think you're in shape, and you probably are. But it's just different once you start playing. You know, there's no amount of running you can do to kind of get you in football shape. You just got to do it while you're playing. You know, put the pads on. He's going to say, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't skip any meals. Check in for breakfast. If you don't check in, you will be fined $8,000. That's what he's going to say. That's the importance of your body. That's the importance of taking good care of your body. Because if you don't put good stuff in, you can't expect your body to go out there and perform. We actually have to come in during training camp for each meal. And if you got the list right there, I got to say, Benjamin Watson, check me off. And he'll check me off that I came for breakfast, that I came for lunch, that I came for dinner. Because what happens is, as you work out, your body uses all those calories, right? And if you don't replenish it with water, with fluids, with food, you may not feel it the first day you don't eat. But the second and third day, you're going to start getting sluggish. And then what happens? You start getting injuries. You can't concentrate mentally because you're hungry all the time and your body's not being fueled sufficiently. The second thing that's important is drugs and alcohol. And some of you guys are in high school, some of you are in middle school, elementary school. If you haven't already, you're going to come in contact with alcohol. Somebody's going to offer you some beer or some wine or some liquor. Someone's going to offer you a cigarette, some marijuana, some prescription drugs, some paint, whatever it is. There's so much stuff out there now that wasn't even out there 5 or 10 years ago. And man, I encourage you, matter of fact, I'm telling you, don't partake in that stuff. Just don't do it. There's so much pressure to partake in stuff that you know isn't right. And you know it's not right because you hear that little voice in the back of your head that's like, man, you know you shouldn't be doing this. But you kind of push them off, you know, that's your conscience. Listen to that, y'all. And especially if you want to be an athlete, if you want to even, you know, making good grades in school, you want to be a doctor or lawyer, whatever it is you want to be, you can't perform at your best. What is it like to have Bill Belichick as a coach? The question is, what is Bill Belichick like?
Yeah.
All right? Bill is, you ever seen him on TV?
Yeah.
That raggedy gray sweater on?
Yeah.
And them sleeves cut off and everything.
Yeah.
He's making all that money and he got that sweatshirt. Man, he is different in person than he is on TV. In a lot of ways. He does have a sense of humor. He does crack jokes. But at the same time, he lets you know what's expected of you, and he expects the very best. I think that's what makes him a great coach, is that he doesn't take any excuses, and he expects you to do the best. It's like, you know, this is your job, this is what we expect you to do, and we expect you to do it. And I remember for me, when I first got to the Patriots, it was, you know, it's always like, whoa, you know, it's like a culture shock in the beginning because it's so intense, you know, and he's so, you know, meticulous. But, you know, now I realize that it's probably what makes the team so good, is that he holds everybody accountable. He holds himself accountable, he holds the players, he holds all the position coaches, he holds them accountable, and, you know, he expects the very best. In the combine, it was 4 or 5.
Yes, sir.
How was it like to be a tight end? Well, the thing about tight end is I always wanted to play receiver when I was a kid. I just kind of outgrew the position. But I still try to be a receiver and be sweet sometimes, you know. I'll be watching Randy and try to do what he does, like I'm a receiver and stuff. But the thing I like about tight end is you get to do a lot of different things. You know, you get to block, you get to catch balls. You're usually, to be honest, tight ends are usually like the best athletes on the field. I'm not just saying that because I'm a tight end, but you're asked to do a whole lot of different things, run reverses. You know, you got to be real versatile to be a tight end. So it's exciting to me because you get to be involved in running plays, passing plays, everything.
Yes, sir. Please.
What's Randy Moss like?
What's Randy Moss like? In what way? How does he act? There you go. How does he act? He is one of the funniest people that you'll ever meet. Like, he's always talking loud, cracking jokes. But he's, you know, he's one of those guys that is he's loyal. He's a good friend. You know, he got your back. You know, he'll go to the end of the earth to help you out. I mean, he's one of those guys that'll give you the shirt off his back. You know, if you don't cross him the wrong way. But he's been a great leader on our team, I think, and he's brought another aspect. Obviously, he's a good football player, but he's brought an aspect of leadership, I think, in a way that most people didn't think that he was that kind, could be a leader, and he's proven him otherwise. So.
Is there a guy that you play, end or linebacker, who you really got to be on your game with?